Hey everybody, it's Mark again, and this is the advantage of you being my friend. This is my buddy's clock. I said I wouldn't uh, mess with it anymore, but I told him that for his Christmas present that I'm gonna go ahead and take one of the wooden dowels that I made in a video that I posted earlier and put on his clock. That way the Oompa players will move more, because this shaft is only 4.3 millimeters and the wooden dowels are 10 or 11 millimeters, and that will cause the Oompa players to move more. Plus I got to take this apart anyway because I got the O-ring on backwards, and the O-ring needs to be swapped around because currently the water wheel is playing backwards. So because he's a good friend of mine, I decided that I would go ahead and fix it correctly for him. I wouldn't do this for many people, but he's a very good friend of mine, and I enjoy his company. There are a few videos, YouTube channels that I'm going to post in the end of this video. I hope you subscribe to them. One is Just Mike, which is Michael Anderson. He posts really good videos on repairing different kinds of clocks. Another one is Scott Johnson. He posts very good videos on fixing different kind of clocks, and it's his YouTube channel is called Scotty's World. Another one is Seth Lingenfelter. He posts professionally videos on clocks, and he also designs and sells clock shirts. I hope that y'all subscribe to every one of these channels, and I hope that you order some shirts from Seth. He is the original designer of some of these shirts, not these people who are stealing his designs and saying that their child who has ADHD is very artistic and he designed the shirts. That's BS. They didn't. They're stealing his designs. And I hate thieves. So subscribe to each one of these channels that I'm going to leave a link at the end of these videos. And make sure that you check out Seth's clock designs. He's creating more shirts as we speak, but he not only has cuckoo clock shirts, he's got other kind of clock shirts and stickers that you can put on your car. You'd be surprised at the comments and stares that I get whenever I'm wearing one of his shirts around. I really love his shirts. So anyway, we're gonna fix this clock, and we're gonna, like I said, put a wooden dowel on here instead. So stay tuned. I highly suggest that when you're working on one of these 8-day Oompa clocks with the bell ringer, and if you're going to take this shaft, this section of the music that moves the Oompa players, I highly suggest that you take a pen or a pencil and draw around this part right here, because that part right there has to be in the right spot in order for it to work. So just a suggestion that you do before you take it apart. Here I have the wooden dowel on this part, and I put some super glue and then some baking soda inside, and the baking soda mixed in with the super glue does some kind of chemical reaction. Don't ask me to explain why, but it makes it rock hard, and this thing doesn't move, and I don't want it to coming off the shaft, because like I said, the plastic gear inside there hits down here at the very bottom, so I don't want it to come off, or the clock will get stuck. So now it's time to put it back in the clock and swap the O-ring around. In order to do that, I have to take the movement box off and swap the O-ring around, so the water wheel plays like it's supposed to, with the water coming down on top of it, and it was playing backwards, and that's because I got the O-ring backwards. So stand by. Now I'm going to have to take this back out because the wooden dowel that I put in there is going to hit this main gear. And so I'm going to have to take it back out to cut some of this wooden dowel off. And it was my fault in the first place, because I had a dowel that I cut a little bit too long. So anyway, I got it cut down to the length. That black part that you're seeing is the length of the shaft, and I ground some down on the sides, put the super glue and baking soda trick back on it. So now it's time to put this back in the clock and see how it goes. Hey everybody, I just want to give you an update. Here I got the bar in. I don't know if you could see that or not, but as you can see, my line marks aren't quite lined up, but with the bigger spool on, I have to adjust everything all over. It's not quite finished, but let me see if I can trip the music for you. As you can see, the Oompa players are moving like they're supposed to. And the water wheel is going like it's supposed to. But now I have to adjust that bar so the music finishes playing. These clocks are designed differently. And as you can see, the Oompa players spin quite a bit, but they are designed totally differently from this 8-day clock. Now I have a person in my group who lives in Germany, is German. I consider him my Black Force expert. He told me that the people that made this clock is no longer in business, and I can understand why. First of all, the plastic gear that I was talking about, and the fact that they should have made these clocks a little bit differently, so I don't have to sit here and figure out how to get the Oompa players to play like they're supposed to, like they're designed. They're designed to swing all the way to the left and all the way to the right. But I'm getting there, and I just have to adjust where that bar sits, where I drew those two lines, but the movement is a different story. We'll show you that in a second. Here's the movement. It's going to need some bushings. Probably this one, this one, this one, and this one on this side. For 8-day clocks, they can't have any play in them. And I'm trying to get this thing to show you that they got play. Now you should be able to see this one rock back and forth with me moving the great wheel back and forth. And you should be able to see this one rock back and forth with me moving the second wheel back and forth. And probably the escape wheel with me moving the second wheel back and forth. There's some play in the escape wheel, but there's definitely play here, here, and here. And then on this wheel here, which is the wheel with the cam on it, a third wheel, my friend has got a KWM bushing machine. I ordered one. I don't have it in yet because it's Thanksgiving time frame. It's probably going to be a while. But with me moving this back and forth, you should be able to see the play in the movement. Now that's just on the back side, so he's going to have to put bushings in. And I'm still adjusting the music box. Again, I hope you are liking this video. Again, please hit the subscribe button at the end to not only my channel, but to Just Mike, Clocks with Seth, and Scotty's Clocks, which I will have links at the end of this video. And I got this bubble wrap sitting here so I don't damage that 8-day clock any more than what it's already damaged when I sit it on my table with the towel and everything. So excuse my mess. A little more adjustings. Looking a lot better. What do y'all think? Again, I hope y'all like this video. Again, the manufacturer of this clock is no longer in business. The plastic gears that they used, according to my Black Forest group expert, Valentin Weber, says that the gears they quit stopping making those gears for the gear that comes off the music box itself that attaches to the Oompa dancers, because they were having problems with them. Well, no kidding. And they should have put a bigger diameter, and maybe they did. There's two clocks, exactly the same shaft. Oompa players didn't play. So I hope y'all like this video, and may God bless.